Bitcoin is right now seeing a significant retracement, and on today's update video I will be exactly talking about why Bitcoin is dumping right now, because there's some breaking news from Mt. Gox happening right now, and at the same time we've got the Ethereum spot ETF going live for trading today, and there's already some FUD about this, and I will be explaining exactly what is going on, including the Bitcoin spot ETF, what happened with that, most important charts and patterns on Bitcoin, which is telling us something about where Bitcoin is heading towards next from off this point, and many more important updates, including my trade and the longer term perspective on Bitcoin right now. So without any further ado, don't forget to slam that like button back above 1000 likes on today's update video. That would be highly appreciated. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the reasons why I do think that Bitcoin is currently seeing this ever so slight correction towards the downside. Because yes, just moments ago, to be exact, just an hour ago, we started to see that Mt. Gox transferred another 42,000 Bitcoin, worth an approximately 2.8 billion US dollars, which of about 5,000 Bitcoins was transferred to an internal wallet, and about 2.5 billion, or better said, 37,000 Bitcoins were transferred to a new wallet. So yes, due to the fact that we are seeing these massive amounts of transfers happening right now on Mt. Gox, and yes, due to the fact that we are currently seeing these massive amounts of transfers happening on the Mt. Gox wallet, we are starting to see that Bitcoin is potentially dropping a little bit here, because people are once again starting to become a little bit afraid. And at the same time, today is the day that the spot Ethereum ETF goes live for trading, which is of course already massive news for the market. But at the same time, Grayscale has transferred out over $1 billion US dollars worth of Ethereum to Coinbase. People are saying that they will dump the price, but that is just not true here. Grayscale has made the transfer to seed their mini Ethereum ETF, and that Grayscale mini ETF has just a fee of 0.15%, which is the lowest among all the other Ethereum ETFs. And that is why we're potentially seeing that this $1 billion US dollars is getting sent over to Coinbase. But just like we had with the Bitcoin ETF launching, if we're going to be looking back at what kind of volumes we did and what kind of cumulative flows we did at that point, we still had positive inflows, but the big rally only started whenever Grayscale was starting to stop dumping such large amounts of Bitcoin on the market. And I think something similar with Bitcoin is going to be happening this time around as well, but then of course for Ethereum. So yeah, yesterday as well we saw over 500 million US dollars getting bought through the Bitcoin spot ETF, which is of course very good news here. And if we're looking at the daily time frame, despite the fact that we're seeing an ever so slight correction in the market, we are still seeing this previous resistance level flipping into support on the market. And basically every single time once Bitcoin touches this exact level, we tend to be bouncing back towards the upside. And so we are currently retesting this level again. So I'm personally not all too worried that Bitcoin is indeed going to be seeing another push back towards the upside. So here on the 4-hourly time frame, you can clearly see also this level right here. You could maybe draw it a little bit lower, but basically Bitcoin is hanging on very important support right now here, which is better said this level right now here on the imminent short term. And basically we're seeing a big retest of this level. And I really believe that ever since we broke above this very important horizontal level of resistance, this has been very critical resistance in the past. You can see it got us rejected right here as well, and then created a massive dump towards the downside. And ever since we flipped this level into support, we have seen a strong bounce higher. But if Bitcoin were to come back towards this level, 63,000 US dollars, it would actually be a very good opportunity to accumulate even more long positions on Bitcoin. And that's most certainly a thing that I will be looking out for to be doing, especially if I get the opportunity to accumulate new positions on Ethereum. I am most certainly going to be the one that is going to be doing that, because this retest right here is really confirming a bigger shift in the market, and I am going to be taking that shift very seriously right now here. So you can see here on the 12-hour time frame, previous resistance flipped into support, then once we broke below it, got us rejected, and now once again is finding support for us right now here. So just like we had over here in the slight correction towards the downside, I don't believe there's a big reason to be panicking. Here you saw also previous resistance flipping into support, and that was the point where Bitcoin was bouncing, of course, a little bit higher again here. So once again, guys, these levels where Bitcoin is currently retesting support are not necessarily places you want to be panicking. No, those are places where you are willing and where you want to be seeing and grabbing that opportunity in the market. And just like we can see in the background right now, yesterday as well, more than 500 million US dollars worth of Bitcoins getting bought, and to be exact, through BlackRock, more than 526 million US dollars was bought here. So BlackRock is buying at a pace like never seen before. So make sure to take this very seriously, because they are accumulating such high amounts of Bitcoin, which we need to be paying attention towards right now here. And yes, on the daily time frame, we can see that we're breaking out of the falling wedge pattern. I've discussed it many times before on the channel, and the price target is laying around 72,000 US dollars. And talking about my trade, I believe that my trade is easily going to be hitting 72,000 US dollars, which is of course my first take profit target, where I will be closing 800,000 US dollars in quantity on my trade. And yeah, at that point, I will be looking in about 280,000 US dollars in profit. So that is my first take profit target I have set up here. If you did join me with my trade, make sure to do your own research, but this is just what I am doing. And if you want to be trading yourself on Bybit, guys, there's a very big deposit bonus right now running. If you go to the link description of today's video and press on this link right here, you will come to this page and you can claim a free 500 US dollar airdrop position for literally only depositing $100 in your first 7 days after signing up an account using that link in the description of today's video. So make sure to check it out right now here. It is extremely valuable and it's only valid for a limited time only. So make sure to check it out in the link description of today's video if you're interested in trading, and especially just like I am trading Bitcoin, if you can catch these big swings in the market, you can make a lot of money here. And I do believe that this swing is only just getting started and there's so much more money to be made from this swing higher. And yeah, right now we're creating this bull flag pattern. We are exactly getting rejected from the downward sloping resist line, and I do believe that whenever we're going to be breaking above this resist line, that is the point where we're going to be seeing that big continuation higher. And I also said it on yesterday's video, but I do believe the Bitcoin halving effect is about to be hitting the markets, because just like with every single Bitcoin halving, we see like a couple weeks of sideways consolidation before the big Bitcoin bull market starts. And now we're also in that exact sideways consolidation phase. And if we're going to be looking at the time frame, we are right now at that time frame where Bitcoin is going to start to go exponential. I mean, it always takes around, what is it, an approximately 10 weeks here. I mean, last cycle it was about 77 days. And if we're going to be looking at how far we are in right now, we're in 91 days in here. So it very well could mean that this is the start of the next big Bitcoin bull market, because the Bitcoin bull market doesn't always start straight away after the halving. No, it usually tends to start like 80 to 90 days after the halving. And that is exactly the time horizon we are currently in here. So on the monthly time frame, we're seeing perfect consolidation for Bitcoin, showing and indicating we're about to be seeing that next breakout. And on Ethereum, with the Ethereum ETF launching right now here, I do believe Ethereum is going to be making that next leg higher any moment right now here. Just like with Bitcoin, if I'm going to be looking back here to the January 2024, this is where the spot Bitcoin ETF was launched. Then we first saw some days of compression, and just moments later, when everyone was of course out, that was when the big run towards the upside started, because we started to see that BlackRock was buying millions of dollars every single freaking day here. So please do not get fooled by the Ethereum ETF, because probably we're going to get very similar data coming in from the Ethereum ETF like the Bitcoin ETF. I think the flows are going to be a little bit lower, but still it is going to be allowing millions of dollars to flow in towards the ETF, and that is ultimately going to be a super bullish thing here for this market. So this is it for me in today's update video. If you did learn something from it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.